if I'm grumpy or whatever one day and I come to the rink, my mindset just changes just like that. I come to the dressing room with a full amount of energy. I am a player that tries her heart out and plays with a heart of passion, and I have so much heart for this game, it's actually ridiculous. I am a player that's, I would think, a leader for this team and all the teams that I've been in. Even though without the A or the C, I still feel I have a role in this team. My name's Madison Colbo and I'm from Estevan, Saskatchewan. The program I'm taking at SAIT is RTBN, so that's Radio, Television, and Broadcasting News. This is my second year now and it's going pretty good. What it's like to be a student athlete, it is tiring. I'm always tired. I'm juggling school and hockey at the same time. It's really frustrating sometimes for me, but at the end of the day, I love it. I think my teachers right now, they've been pretty good to me this year. I've missed a lot of class to come practice or do video or do a workout, and they understand it, but as long as I get my assignments done and everything, they seem pretty cool about it, so I appreciate that, because I know a lot of girls on my team that have to miss practice, and if you miss one practice, then it's kind of depending on, okay, are you going to play this weekend? You know, like you have those thoughts running through your mind. So that's why I don't like to miss anything, because I want to play on the weekend and I need to, or I get pissed.
I think student athletes have to really juggle their schedules and sort of keep straight all of their assignments and that kind of thing. So I think it does put a lot more stress on them. Obviously, they're part of a team, so they want to win. They want to make sure they're in the best physical shape they can be. But you can't play a sport unless you're maintaining a certain grade point average in school. So there's that as well. Students that have played sports all their life probably learned at a young age how to balance their time, how to manage their time better, because there was time for their sport, and then there was time for their schoolwork, and then there was time for their piano lesson, and then there was time for, you know, their friends. Sometimes those things get mixed up together, but for the most part, I think they have more of a juggling act in terms of time.
I think that every student is, especially student athlete, is always refining their time management skills, right? It's going to be something that's going to help Maddie as she goes into the workplace, and I think that's something that everyone's working on, and I think that she's continuing to refine those skills as well.
I think Madison is a unique individual in that she's gregarious and bubbly, and I think that spills over into her schoolwork, which is a nice thing. I think it's nice to have somebody that's that sort of upbeat and positive. I think she's really good in some areas, and some areas could use some improvement.
My coaches are very understanding about school. They want us to focus on school first. It depends on the program too. I know others are more stricter because it's more hands-on stuff, and they have to be there, but my coaches are 100% like for it. Like, if you need to be in class, you have to stay in class. Like, some people, you know, just play it to play it, so they don't really, they care, they care, but they, at the same time, they want to focus more on school, and that's not where I'm at right now, so that's why I want to be at the rink, I want to be here, I want to be with the girls and on the ice, and getting ready for the weekend, because that's what I want to focus on.
As many of the girls might have aspirations after they leave SAIT, some of them don't, and I think balancing out education and what they're learning on the ice, I think, is very important, so that they can make and have good successful careers when they leave here. but I feel like the student kind of knows what they're getting into when they come. So there is a lot of ice time they need to come to. They do yoga and they work out and all that kind of stuff. And I think it's kind of a dual thing. So the student knows what they're getting into when they come, or they should at least know a little bit. So then they would have to balance that out and know themselves. So reflect on what their skills are. So maybe they need to take a reduced course load if that's possible in their program, those types of things. So I feel like, yes, athletics is hard. It was hard for me when I was in school, but we don't say one over the other, or at least I don't feel that way.
I'm mostly here at SAIT for hockey. I love RTBN, but I just want to focus on my hockey, and I know that sounds kind of bad, but yeah, I'm just mainly here for hockey. I don't know what I want to do in my life right now, so hockey is really my go-to. I had some challenges in high school. I have a reading disability, so it was really hard for me to cope with school and knowing how to do something. I always had a teacher right by my side in math or anything I really struggled with. I have a kind of a memory problem too. I tend to forget a lot of things, and it's not just because I don't pay attention like everyone says. It's actually very hard for me. So high school was a struggle for me, but I just know that I always have help in school, and here too, like I always have help, and I just get through it. So in my grade 12 year in high school, all I wanted to do is just be done high school, and I'm always a last minute person, so I had coaches calling me left and right, and I never really got back to a lot. And Terry, my head coach here, Terry Larson, he'd always call me every week, hey, what are you up to? Like, and he was a good guy. He seemed like a really good guy, and I was like, oh, like I don't know what I want to do or anything, and I just wanted to have fun in high school. Like I wasn't worried about next year, which I should be, because it's at a point where I got to get my life together. I got to figure out what I'm doing next year, but I just left it kind of last minute. And then I called Terry. I was like, okay, well, is it all right if I come and play on your team? And he was all for it. And then, yeah, and then I'm here, and it's pretty good so far. Is it hockey before school? Right now, hockey is before school. And I know my teachers and my parents and my coaches are probably like, what are you talking about? But right now, I need to find myself, and I need to find what I want to do in my life. And this could be what I want to do in my life, but not right now. I want to put it to the side and just focus on my game. I have 3 years left to play, and I want to do my 3 years and then focus on that, jobs and school and classes later on. But hockey is my #1 focus, and school is up there too, but hockey is up there too, and that's what I want to focus on. So I started figure skating, believe it or not. I started figure skating, and I was in competitions. I was dressed up in these dresses and the pound of makeup on, and I was just like, what am I doing? Like, I hate this, but. And then my dad's like, Kate, I know you're not liking it. Let's put you in hockey. Let's get you in some skates. And so after that, I thanked him a lot, because I had enough of figure skating, and moved right into hockey. So I think my dad influenced me. He's a big part of it. He influenced me, and he's been on the journey with me from that point on till now. He's been my #1 supporter through everything, and it's actually kind of emotional because like he was a big part into hockey, and I thank him every day for driving me to the rink and going on road trips with me, and endless amounts of money he put into the sport, and it's just, it's amazing. And my family has been into it too. Like they helped a lot too, and I can't thank them for it every day. I have so much passion for the game, it's unreal. Like, I just want to get out of class right away and just come here and skate, and I am in my happy place, and it's a really good feeling. I don't know, just without hockey, I just feel like I wouldn't be who I am. I started when I was 9 years old and carried on through it because I love the game so much, and I don't want to let that go. And just talking about it, like it's really amazing what the sport has done for me. It's given me a lot. It's given me a group of girls throughout, throughout novice till now at a college level. It's unbelievable, the friends I made and the people I've met through it, and the coaches that taught me everything I need to know about the game, and it has truly been a blessing through everything. I sacrificed a lot for the sport. I moved away from home when I was in grade 10 and in Weyburn, and now I'm here in Calgary, and I've missed so many events with my family, birthdays and everything, and just like not being at home, but like I don't regret it, and I would do anything for this sport, and I've done a lot. I put a lot into it, so I don't want to give it up because it is a part of my life, and yeah, I cherish it every day. I started off with Adam, novice, Pee-wee, Bantam, and then I went to AA, and then AAA, and then college level. So yeah, all those years. Out of those teams, I think the most beneficial team I was on was the Weyburn Goldwings when I moved away from home. That was probably the best years of my life. I played for 3 years on a midget AAA team, and I was pretty successful with my team actually. So in my grade 11 year was probably my best year of my whole entire life throughout hockey. We were the underdogs on our team, and all of a sudden we just hit a point and we went skyrocket. We were winning games like no other, and we beat the #1 team in the league, Regina Rebels. So remember, it's just picturing it in my head is just amazing. And we ended up winning the SO Cup, and that was probably the best year of hockey. And I can base it on this year too. On our team right now, we weren't doing so well in the beginning of it, and we were getting frustrated, and we were not clicking as well. And I know that we lost a lot of players last year, but you know, like we were clicking in the beginning, and then we just kind of dropped at a certain point. And but right now we're winning games, we're getting up there, and we're in playoffs right now, so that's good. And I just think that anything is possible. Like the underdogs can take it all, just like we did in my grade 11 year. So hopefully that's what we do this year, and I'm excited to see what happens this weekend against Nate and see where we are in playoffs. So pretty excited.
We struggled a bit in the first half of the year, but it's not really indicative of our actual season. In the first half we kept losing by 1 goal, which is a bit disheartening, but the second half we've gone 7 wins and 3 losses in our last 10 games, so we're looking up, we're keeping our heads up and working really hard, so it's seeming to pay off right now.
I think we're doing a lot better after Christmas. I think that we've been working on some key things, like for example, our breakout, and that's really been helping us, and in the second half we've been quite successful.
For our team, we practice 3 times a week or 2 times a week, depending who we play on the weekend. So if we play the closer teams, such as Red Deer or Olds, we'll practice 2 times a week. And if we play the Nate teams, the Edmonton teams, it's Nate and McEwen. So that'd be 3 times a week. We have one on Monday, a morning practice on Wednesday, which I love. No, it's 5:50 in the morning every week. And then on Thursday at 4:45. We have a day off on Tuesday, I guess, but yeah, those Wednesday practices really get you, especially when we have school the following morning, and yeah, have to make it through the day with that morning practice, and I'm not a morning person, so yeah, it's great. In a way, I wanted to, a couple girls wanted to get Tuesday practice going, but depending on the ice, like it's hard to get ice here, especially with like intramurals and like the men's team that plays here. In my AAA year in midget, we had practice every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday with the games or whatever. But yeah, I wouldn't mind having another extra practice. Like, it takes my mind off of school for sure. So just coming here to the rink and playing and be on the ice just takes me to a different place, and it just lets my stress kind of fly. And that's why I like to be on the ice, is just to get away from school and away from everything else and just focus on what I love. We have video sessions once every 2 weeks or so, or 3 weeks. We'll watch game footage of the team that we're playing against this weekend. So yesterday we watched videos on Nate just to see what we can't see on ice. So we look at it visually, and we have a better understanding of, okay, well, we need to do this or we need to do that to be at that level or be on our game for the weekend to come. So it's I think it's a really good way to see what we're up against and just see what we missed when we're not actually like watching it during the game. So it's pretty beneficial, I think. I've played hockey for 11 years, which is crazy. I started it when I was 9 years old. I'm turning 20 this year. Oh my gosh. I've played defense through all that time. I've never been a forward, and I don't ever want to be a forward. I love defense too much. I would consider myself as an offensive defenseman. I love jumping up in the play, but at the same time, I like to stay back because that's my position for defensemen. I love to take slap shots. Slap shots are my go-to. I will take a slap shot 90% of the time. This year, yeah, I really stepped up in my position. I kind of went more offensive this year than I did last year, and I got comfortable with it, but I don't want to get too comfortable with it because I still got to stay back and play my position.
Colbs is one of our hardest workers. I think she puts a lot of pressure on herself to succeed, and I think that's what makes her a better hockey player every day. She's probably one of our best defensemen. She doesn't get enough credit for it though sometimes.
Maddie's working on the mental part of the game right now, and we all kind of have to do that at some point, right? And I think that she is responding to the feedback that the coaches are giving and doing a great job with that. Yeah, I think our team is a better team for having her on it.
I have experienced different coaches in my lifetime, like moving on to team to team. I've had ones that really knew what they're talking about and ones that I question, but at the end of the day, like, they're the coach, and you know, they make the plays, they do all this stuff, and you know, I'm just gonna sit back and just agree with them. But at the same time, some are more beneficial than others. Obviously, you're not gonna have the same coach throughout day one till now. I just feel like sometimes a coach can hurt your play. I know many girls are like, they come up to me and I'm like, why aren't you playing hockey? Like, because I just, you know, I asked them that and they're like, I lost the love of it. And I was saying, how do you lose the love of the game? And they're like, the coaching. I've actually experienced it also, and I've never experienced it before. It's heartbreaking. You just get frustrated and you think, why am I playing right now? What is the purpose of it? And it's a heartbreaker, it sucks. And it's a funk you can't really get out of, and just someone like trying to destroy what you love is absolutely heartbreaking, and I hope I never experience it again. We only have 5 teams in our league, so that's Red Deer, Nate, McEwen, and Olds, and us. So we only have 5 teams. Wish we had more, but we're in 4th right now. We made the playoff spot, so that's really good. And we're probably facing, I would think, Nate or McEwen. Last year, we lost first round of playoffs to Red Deer, and hopefully this year is a different year because I want to play it right through the end. That'd be amazing. And at the end of the year, so saying bye, we have Bender Week, which is drinking all day and all night, and we just hang out as a team and get crazy and just spend it with each other because everyone's going their separate ways and it's really sad. So that's how we spend our bonding days, drinking and having fun with each other. So it's really good. It's really fun. And we also have our banquet, which is our final in April, which is our final like goodbye kind of deal. So yeah, it's really emotional. Like I'm not thinking about that right now because I'm just thinking about this weekend, but it's gonna be really emotional, and yeah, I'm not looking forward to it, but it's gonna have to come up to a point where we're all gonna leave and go our separate ways. So. Still waiting for that call from Team Canada, but no, yeah, I still want hockey to be in my life no matter what. I just fell in love with it and I don't want to let it go. It will always be a part of me, whether it's I'm coaching a team or I'm in the beer leagues. But yeah, that's always going to be a part of me. So I don't want to let that go, and no matter in my life, like it's always going to be there. I love it at SAIT. I love being here in Calgary. It's absolutely beautiful here, but I think I want to take a different route. I want to try and play CIS. I'm hoping to go to Saskatoon next year. There's already a spot lined up for me, and it's gonna be tough to leave these girls because I've made a special bond with them, and that's never gonna leave. So yeah, that's the plan, is to go to Saskatoon and try a different level of hockey, and I'm really excited about it.